Alright, let's go.
Again, yes, they have only played on blue side.
Yeah, they're the only team that this is true for.
And they've lost one game.
Ja.
We have no idea how they're going to do on red.
Gibt nicht so wirklich Überraschungen mehr, ne? Vor allem jetzt in diesem Best of 3 at the moment.
Not pick red side, so they can continue to do this. So the only way they can take it away from those if they
Bin gespannt, was die LCKs heute wieder gekocht haben. Ja, ich bin gespannt, ob wir hier bis 22 Uhr durch sind. Das ist 22 Uhr heute LEC. Das ist heute die wichtigste Mission. Das bekommen die safe hin.
Rumble. We've got Junior taken away here as well as the Malphite and Azir. Orianna still something that's probably looking.
Trust me, Gen, die drücken Game, mal schauen.
Status, but the Yunar are going to be taken away instead. And one final ban here from GENG. Could be something like a Nico, but we'll just have to see. And Bessa still.
Ja, Orianna. Am besser. Ja.
By the way, DK just banned Mao. Chronicler has officially been banned.
I think they banned May.
What?
I think Yunar starts with a Y.
Oh, dang it.
Nico am besser.
Yeah. Always trying to bring
Chronicler back.
I just wanted it I wanted them to have banned Mao. And it's a Yunar.
Rice. Okay.
Just change the spelling, you know? You're American, you guys do that all the time.
Wie wär's mit Weiterlier?
You took the U out of
Nein, sie hatten keine Pre-Recorded Drafts.
Why out of Yunar?
We certainly changed
LEC hatte keine Pre-Recorded Drafts. Auch nicht in Woche 1.
Words as well. It is looking like it's going to be Rise Talia. But maybe it's Rise Talia Vi, which feels better. Nope. Canyon says he's playing Shinji.
Was macht Chronicler eigentlich gerade? Sitzen, Bruder. Einfach sitzen.
However, it'll get the job done, as Ruler has been a pretty dangerous Varus player over his career. As Lucid thinking about a Jarvan. Jarvan Rise feeling like the DK flavor that we've gotten used to.
Now, the sacrifice that D+ will have to make here, I mean, they have to make a choice between splitting their bottom duo.
Frag mich, ob es ja besser gehen. Und dann kommt der Renekton auf 3. Nicht geil. AD Carry. AD Carry Antwort wahrscheinlich.
As playing into Varus can be really annoying when you split your duo, and it means the enemy team can really mess it up with the second ban phase.
What about Ambessa?
Ambessa feels quite strong here, but
kommt Renekton auf 3.
We don't have the Lulu to empower it just yet, and there are a lot of matchups Keen I think would feel comfortable playing into it. They're going to split the bottom duo though and play the Ezreal in. Oh.
Corki Ezreal.
Corki instead. That's going to be the answer to Varus.
Corki does feel like the pick right now.
Boah, sie könnten jetzt am besser auf 3 gehen. Na, ich fände am besser hier auf 3 nicht so schlecht. Also du kannst auch mit Talia antworten, theoretisch natürlich, aber ich fände jetzt hier am besser auf 3 nicht schlecht.
Oh God.
Alero.
He's thinking about doing it again.
He will actualize this pick.
Imagine if they had to pick Nautilus instead of Corki. It would have been so sad, but there's the Anivia one more time. And last time Chovy played this, the game looked unplayable for his opposition. We'll see whether he does that again here. As all right, into the ban phase now. Probably some supports that are going to hit the deck, as there are still a lot of dangerous ones.
Ich glaube Nami, oder?
Most afraid of. Yep, I don't think Alice
Nami Nico
really empowers this composition that well on the D+ side. You also don't have your own support, so you could just try to,
Nautilus.
Basically kind of cut the supports in half, or leave the supports here and say like, well, you can have one, but we'll leave everything open so we can have a good answer. They take the Nautilus, so they're not banning a range support at all. And I mean, with Varus into the Jarvan, just having that extra point and click to kill the AD carry, or even the Anivia, is a wise choice, a wise ban.
Yeah. And I think the Nautilus ban is actually kind of interesting, given the fact that Nautilus just hates being in Anivia in any way, but wanting to avoid that trouble in the laning phase, as the Renekton going to be taken away here as well, focusing more towards the top side are DK. As you say, I mean, they have the first choice as far as supports are concerned, so probably not wanting to limit the pool too much.
Yeah. See what the...
besser sein? Ja, so ein kleines Ego-Ding.
The Renekton ban doesn't tell you too much. That's what I expected to see. The Nico, which is the scariest of the champs to face with Corki, does go away. Renekton is banned. Says they probably want to play something that's a little bit less aggressive in lane and wants to just be a front line. Poppy is taken away now as well, which
Kind of an interesting one.
I think Poppy is not
Nami?
good at the moment.
Für DK.
Mal
Mal schauen, was sie blind picken.
Joven doesn't really like the Poppy very much.
Und diese Order sollten am besser gehen. Actually, wait. Am besser oder nicht?
Especially when you have already a lot of zoning control here.
Am besser auf 4. Renekton gebannt. Poppy gebannt.
Find out
Hallo?
what that support pick is going to be. You have to imagine. I don't know if they necessarily want to blind here. They'll get the Bard. They ban the Nico. They leave the Bard. They have pick priority.
Ja, jetzt kommt Nami theoretisch. Nami am besser.
So in response here now, you know, their options are Nami or play some engage with this Jarvan. Like they could.
Nami am besser.
Will not be.
LEC auf 16-2, ja.
This one
26-2.
not really on the cards for me because I thought they needed
Sowohl LEC als auch LCS.
oomph in the lane, oomph out of the lane was something that can impact teamfight.
Wollten die einfach nicht gegen Bart spielen, wegen Anivia? Also der bei den Mobile Carries, weil gegen Bart wollten sie nicht spielen, I guess. Muss ja, weil sonst würde es keinen Sinn ergeben. Ja, am besten Nami. Sieht realistisch aus, hallo Graf.
Behind it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I actually like the idea of like going for a little bit of lane control towards this bottom side.
Boah, ist die Frage, was spielt denn Keen jetzt?
Have a lot of power.
Kriegen wir trotzdem mein,
Certainly be one of those
It
options.
is
kriegen wir trotzdem Cassandra?
We saw it hovering
Kriegen wir
in
einen Zion?
the series.
Yeah, it was something that showed
Oh, wir
me.
kriegen die Gwen, oder? Actually sind Gwen, wahrscheinlich.
If we remember,
I don't
Nami und dann Gwen?
like it that much in this comp though because it is so risky.
Ja.
it's enough.
Okay.
This is something that has been rising in popularity, but wasn't normally what we'd see picked.
Gwen, sehe ich.
Tidal Wave can certainly help out though, as Keen is thinking about playing something.
Ja.
Double circles is probably the most scary, and that is going to become.
Okay.
We talked about the blind Ambessa earlier. My first thought was going to be Keen just playing Gwen into it. He opts into this choice almost every time he's given the opportunity to. He really likes this matchup, and it is a strong one for the Gwen. A lot of magic damage here on the side.
Ja, also das Matchup ist gut.
Not a lot of
At some point, ich weiß nicht, ob direkt Level 1.
itemize against it for defense.
Aber
Really matter, I think.
irgendwann wird es auf jeden Fall gut. Keine Ahnung wann.
Really strong side lane pressure here for GENG. Insane wave clear and also range.
Naja, so viel Sideline. Ja, also die Sache ist, ich glaube, wenn die Showmaker gegen Keen matchen später, sollte es sogar okay sein.
That is the game plan. The Corki feels
Mal
really
schauen.
good in comps like this because he can Valkyrie in to follow up. It is insanely powerful. It's kind of like budget Kaisa to a certain extent with this type of draft. Has a really strong 2-item spike. The Nami can both help pile on to the engage. Works well with Cataclysm, but also can be used as a peel tool to keep Keen at bay, for example. So I think both drafts are really good here. I'm very scared of Chovy's farming late
Yeah.
game.
All in auf DK. Ja, die gewinnen bestimmt.
Bit of a big bird.
The Baron with Duro horse
That's
at the head.
that's
so
too
good.
cursed. That's
Oh, that is phenomenal.
that was not appropriate.
Kinetic Jarvan.
We're going to need a zoom in on that next time we're loading into the Rift for game number 2. But we still have game number 1 to go as GENG with Chovy's and Nivea. Let's see whether it works out.
Let's get it.
To get under the Rift. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift and already into a little bit of fighting here towards the bottom side of the map. As Korea with the ebb and flow is not necessarily going to be winning out, but Smash is at least able to do a bit of damage back to Duro to try and even things out here. Potion going to be drank here by Korea, and Duro holding on to his.
Hard Fist für Level 1 Prior Botlane, aber Duro ist schon
Smash not even dodging it a little bit.
Yeah, he's just like, all right, well, you're gonna take another auto, and we'll call it a day.
Okay,
Yeah.
nicht gut.
Barrier versus teleport, which tells you what Ruler thinks about this lane.
Yeah.
That's like when you see the teleport on the Varus or on the Ziggs, you're like, well, I don't know what he thinks is gonna happen.
He is pretty keen to try and be non-interactive.
Yep. And so far, that's how it's going.
Yeah, Smash and Korea with a fair bit of control of the wave, but that is kind of what they picked for, right? That's it's what this one, as we like to say, says on the tin.
Hat jemand Schlittschuhe für mich?
Doesn't have to necessarily be made of tin.
Immer noch seit
Also a package of
Stuttgart
or
Wetter.
even paper.
Yeah, I
Schau
imagine
mal.
a lot of tins are probably made of steel now. You know?
Morgen Schneeschauer.
Be a bit wasteful.
Wait, or is that a? Do you
Montag Regen und Schnee, das kannst du keinem erzählen.
calling tins the wrong thing this
What
whole
the
time?
fuck?
I think a can be a tin at any point, and a tin.
But wait, a tin can is a thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like
you're right.
At any point, yeah, it could be a tin can. Yes.
Wer sagt Carrier, der zweitbeste Support auf der Welt?
But are all tins cans?
Yes.
I think so. I think we
Kyle?
can
Vielleicht?
I'm very
reasonably
confused
say.
now. I would prefer...
Aber nicht genug Kyle gesehen.
Talk about something else. Talk about the game cast.
Wieder dir, Glückwunsch.
That's
Oder
what I'm gonna go
tins
for
like
here.
the rhombus of
mein Condolences.
Please don't say rhombus. I don't
Schwer, oder? Müsste drüber nachdenken, weiß nicht.
I'm already like a little
Duro war auch gut letztes Jahr.
confused because I decided that Yunara's name started with a U because I was so excited about Mao being banned. Still there. That's the position I'm still at. As Chovy looking a little worse for wear, but Showmaker actually ghosting back to lane after putting his tier together. It's a bit of a cute one, making sure that he can start that stacking as quickly as he possibly can. And Lucid now moving over towards this bottom crab. Top one will be going over to Canyon most likely. As we can see, he is just rotating up there as the smite does come on through and Lucid goes back home.
At this level of play, we don't have any 3 to 5 minute scuttle shenanigans.
Not this time.
No level 3 ganks.
Ooh, Showmaker wanting to deny his former jungler a crab.
You know
Will
what?
succeed.
I mean, the rotation over from Lucid is coming. We're gonna have a bit of a 2v2 here.
Wow, that Gatling gun sound was really cool. If only that
I liked it when it
continued.
turned off. When it was finished. It's okay when it makes the sound while it's shooting. We had a really good discussion with the
Hey, mit so viel Respekt.
server's Keyson.
Dass Lucid Basin konnte, Toplane rennt und immer noch das Camp bekommt. What the fuck?
Lab extraordinaire.
Yes. Well, who's to say he's former?
Eh?
Could just be inactive.
That's true. Inactive Pog Lab extraordinaire as Duro has to use his heal to avoid dying. Cosmic Binding does go wide as Ruler tries to offer some damage back, but Smash and Korea feeling pretty happy about how this one's going so far. And Duro,
Ja, super Lane dominant, Kokinami.
a little bit unfortunate here.
Oh, double scuttle. Quick little start here for D+ in terms of getting the jungle farming underway. You can see he's half a level up on Canyon.
Yeah, Lucid actually having a very good time at the moment on the Jarvan.
Teleport from Shiu to come back in to match Keen.
Oder welches oder Tier, Anivia?
Drops his back.
Tier.
For an extra wave. And he has TP, so you can opt for things like this.
Beides. Ugh.
Oh, slow TP. Chovy hates slow TP.
The turtle port. Oh, it's the worst.
People were like, you can play Ghost. He's like, I would never. Not a chance I lose any farm.
But maybe if he was reminded that turtle port's really slow, then he'd prefer to Ghost. But maybe not as a Nivea, whose movement speed is not often a selling point.
No, despite having wings and flapping in the running animation,
Yeah.
it's not really catching the air. I suppose because they're kind of fragmented, they just don't have a lot of lift to them.
Yeah, it just doesn't quite work.
Quite heavy, perhaps.
Maybe because she's made out of ice.
Well, this skin looks like it would have a little bit of extra movement.
That's
there.
true. Maybe you should get extra movement speed. I remember that skin used to be banned because it gave you an unfair advantage, considering for some reason. But it has been fixed since.
War, glaube ich, wegen Visuals auf der Q.
It's like it was an unfair advantage, or whether it was just like the auto animation was just that little bit too clean. Like it was
wirklich?
barely an advantage, but it was.
Could be.
I remember that skin was a little.
Das wusste ich nicht. Ich dachte, es war Q.
Goes in, gets a knock up onto Canyon.
Der irgendwie,
Viciously charges and avoids the Aqua Prison. Now it's a Cosmic
Guter
Bind
Stun,
for
aber kannst nicht rein.
And Korea should be able to keep him safe. Gets over towards that control vision as Ruler is being held in place. Smash, massive combo does come on through there as we've got Showmaker and Chovy fighting towards the top side, wanting to come down and join this 3v3. Not to be the case as Showmaker does have his ultimate available, but of course can be stunned out of it by a Flash Frost.
Very, very slow pace in this game. Both junglers just kind of babysitting. When I heard about the changes to bottom lane, I thought this is how every game was going to look. The junglers were like, well, I'm going to watch you. It's like the Spider-Man.
Wenn es geht, geht's um den Anivia-Skin.
You're
Um den Anivia-Skin.
here.
Ich dachte,
Let me tell you what I'm here to do. The same thing.
Yeah, they've just.
da war der Q irgendwie so visuell nicht so richtig sichtbar, aber
Cafe, yeah.
They're just playing on the other side
Weiß
of the
nicht mehr.
rooms from each other and no need to intervene.
Every time the supports get a little bit feisty, they go push them apart from each other.
Yeah,
ja, jetzt hab ich Spots 2-1.
like, all right, don't be silly, don't embarrass your parents. You know, there's a lot of onlookers. You can't be.
Please stop getting Smash's barrier. He doesn't like to use it like that.
Well, he hasn't, so he's probably okay for now. Oh, public execution towards his
Keen ist tot.
She's looking for the solo kill. Keen, couple more autos, but Keen turns it never mind.
Schön. Gute Ulti von Sivu
Man.
auf die zweite Ulti.
And that really looked like it was not going to be close until Keen stacked it up.
Yeah,
Gut.
and then it was looking like Keen was just gonna win.
Guter Play.
Actually just killed him and Showmaker
Ist er für eine Wave mit
I
reingepusht.
guess you got this and started walking back down.
Oh my
that would have
god,
been
yeah.
so sad. As we'll watch it again. It's really just about the ult here from Shu. Getting a lot of value. Not to mention that needlework missing. Second one also. Third one hits.
Oh.
That stacked Q is kind of insane.
Yeah, just
Close.
ludicrous amounts of damage, as well as the Conqueror really
Close.
putting in a little bit of work towards the end there, which allowed Keen to survive that one extra hit. Man.
Showmaker had a small CS advantage before that happened, so even though Chovy got the plate and pushed in, he is only like a wave ahead, and Showmaker obviously has the gold lead because he was able to pick up that first blood, so...
Oh, Korea is getting exhausted, as Duro just wanted to press a button.
I hope he feels better. Take a rest.
Warum hier kein Dusk und Dawn auch Wände gehen, das wenn dann zweites. First Item ist fast...
Oh no!
First Item ist, glaube ich, immer Riftmaker inzwischen.
Upset.
Did you also see how sheepish the zoom in was? Like, even the observers are like, that's Chovy's CS, man. Should we even do it?
Yeah, might have like wanted to do an alternate pan there.
I'm proud of Jonah Strong that he did commit to it, because of course he is the man who does zoom in on cannons being missed.
You know,
Unless
the
it was
way
Kisan that did it, but I don't think so. I think Kisan's on replays today.
the way the Anivia flies, kind of bizarre, you know? She's so close to the ground, you would think she'd want to rest.
Yeah.
On the ground.
And often you don't get much of an updraft when you're that close to the ground.
Exactly.
It seems a little bit weird that you can sort of glide.
Is going to start this. Chovy is in the area. They're looking for a play topside. They cancel it, though.
Yeah, Keen actually...
Seaward noch keine Ulti.
Need to work back up, and Shiu doesn't have his
Wow.
ultimate, and so he's just dead. Solo bolo over to Keen. Very nicely played.
Wow.
And now
Okay, zu leicht, of course.
Go wide, but they still managed to take
Viel zu leicht, of course.
Dragon. Duro now magically journeys his way out, but Lucid not going to get stunned up here, as there is the...
Kenyon hat eine Ulti. Wow.
Tidal wave
What is happening?
Now Showmaker in a
Showmaker muss flashen.
unfortunate position, doesn't have a flash to get out of the way of Canyon.
What is happening?
Looking to exit. DK looking a little bit uncoordinated, but not punished too much for it. But this is the problem. The fact that Keen just gets a solo kill on the Gwen.
Keen Top 3, wahrscheinlich bester Top 3 oder nicht?
Completely out of control.
Keen.
Yeah, and they're not even done here on this bottom side. They want to push further advantages here. The big issue is that there's two ultimates missing for D+ in this exchange. One is Shu's, and Showmaker knows the cooldown. He knows he needs to probably help him out there. It's faster cooldown for Gwen's ult. Ends up going up to the top side, but doesn't have his ult, so can't actually realm warp to save him. And then the Dragon is being lost on the bottom side. Showmaker shows up there. He's like, well, I got to try to impact this play on the bottom side, and then is just promptly engaged on, has to flash and ghost, and then does nothing, sadly for him. So it's a big loss here. As look where Showmaker is on the minimap. He is like, I can't get there, sorry. They knew me on the Dragon. But he doesn't have realm warp, so he's trying to get to the Dragon fight.
Well played.
And he unfortunately is unable to save the Dragon fight.
And Keen there just pressed buttons
Hilft ihm
really
nochmal.
and Shu just died.
Was er besser gerade? Nein.
Nothing really more to it. Shu does manage to get his Eclipse together. So that's certainly good news, but a 400 gold advantage for the Gwen is going to be a difficult thing to mitigate outside of the fact that there is an item completion here for Shu as he makes his way back up. So Keen probably wanting to go for a bit of a reset before he does go for any more of these jewels, but in 6 seconds time he will have more needlework available. You can see, certainly respecting Shu now that that item has been purchased.
Gotta say, the Goddess would cry if she saw this composition. 4 tiers, man.
My goodness.
There could even be up to 8.
Yeah, what about Fimbulwinter Ambessa?
Oh, I mean, I suppose it's even possible to get more.
There you go. All right.
Chovy is just, he's having...
Ja, nee, wir macht 0 Damage, ne? Das ist so krank. Vor allem mit Catalyst plus Mercs, hallo Flummo.
He's like, all right, well, I'm just going to clear waves and not interact with you.
Look at the bot lane and mid lane. Like, everyone is on basically the same CS. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's the tier effect.
Yeah, there we go. Well, Smash with a Tide Caller's Blessing is going to take that and use it to destroy this minion wave. Needs to get all of them if he wants to stay in touching distance with all of these
Wie läuft es jetzt? Ja.
on the map.
Ja. Bisschen was
The top lane doesn't look too impacted by that play there from Keen in terms of the control over the wave. As we're having a bit of a scuffle.
When Becomes Lightning goes wide, so does the Cosmic Binding. So DK, a little bit of a cooldown advantage for a moment, but think that is going to not last too long as in goes Lucid, in goes Canyon, Cataclysm, and Flash out from Lucid. And Smash takes so much damage there. Chains of Corruption held onto here by Ruler as well. So GENG looking dangerous.
So random Engage da.
Keen throwing out the needlework once again. Misses a bunch of those buttons as now Shiu looking to try and turn it. There's the public execution. He's got one last one. Let's see whether Shiu can actually fight this. The answer is no, as he is going to back away, respecting Keen, even if he hasn't actually completed his Riftmaker just yet.
He has the item advantage, but there's just no...
Was dachte sich Lucid da? Ich habe keine Ahnung. Ich könnte es, ich habe keine Ahnung. Ich könnte es dir nicht sagen. Mir fällt nichts, also, nee. Nichts wahrscheinlich. Nichts, honestly. Sie-Gegner, Ult-Gegner.
To make sure that Keen does not get a superior trade, so I think it was the right choice, but kill pressure, but off the cards. Could try to get this crystalline overgrowth, but it's too risky. In fact, not going to get it, and also possibly going to be too risky.
It's Ambessa though.
He has
just dash and then do more dashes, as there it is. There's a knock up on the Canyon.
Duro star.
Backwards. Duro throwing down the Tempered Fate, locks up a couple. Shiu not quite able to answer too much. Is out.
Schön. Oh, clean up von Showmaker. Oh mein Gott, Canyon Sidestep. Team Q nach vorne. Ja. Oh mein Gott. Oh, das ist aber Eclipse-Schild. Showmaker ist tot, kein Flash. Wow, geiler Fight. Geiler Skirmish. Geiler Skirmish.
So good at the outset, but because Duro is up there, Ruler is left alone down here on the bottom side of the map. So it's not a freebie here for GENG by any means. They had to use a lot to get this win on the top side, and so at least on the other side, Smash is a big benefactor. As Shiu is buying a ton of time, look at the run-up here from Lucid. His buddy is going to show up just in time. This Tempered Fate, it's hard to say, really quantify the value of it because obviously Lucid is in stasis at that moment in time. That really helped them kill him faster, but it buys enough time for Showmaker to come up. The problem is it takes so long, especially with that extra sidestep there. Right Canyon.
W plus Eclipse-Schild ist verrückt.
They wanted to clean it up faster before Chovy got here. Keen survives. And again, they get plates on the bottom side, and some farm is denied from Ruler. But at the end of the day, a big win, I think, for GENG, who also have control of this dragon for the moment.
Yeah,
Canyon holt sich Ulti gleich wieder zurück.
Let's see who's going to be able to win the smite fight. It is just going to go to Lucid there. Locks up the Cloud Drake.
Wow, Canyon ist tot.
Goes the Xin Zhao. As Wall is put
Sexy.
Lucid in a lot of trouble.
Gut von Duro. Richtig geile Sequence von Duro. Keen kommt rein, TP. Das heißt, wer TP top, Chovy hat kein TP. Oh.
Huge win though for D+. Like the pendulum swings back because they
Gut fürs Gold.
up here, maybe even a second one. They got the dragon to even things up,
and it was a 1-for-1.
And it's just a trade. They also got the teleport out of Keen. Like Keen teleporting there is why this set of plates is going over. Shiu gets to keep his. And this means Chovy has to go clean it up there on the top side. So a lot of tempo gained back here for D+. Gold lead still GENG's, albeit slight. As the smite timing here is, okay, hold up.
Yep, meanwhile in live,
wie ist Chovy tot?
Dead Chovy, or at least a very egg Chovy, until he's dead. It's going to take a little bit of time, but there it goes, and that is a kill over to Shiu.
Flash plus Ulti. Ja, Showmaker Flash wahrscheinlich auf ihn. Showmaker Flash into Ulti Verlauf von Sivu.
Voidlings and taking down some plates.
The Shiu Ambessa timeline, was kind of the same thing, and it was his best pick early on in his career, and it's looking really good in this game, despite the fact that he miscalculated that one time. Ends up getting some resources here, and they're playing through him. As speaking of Shiu,
ist das ein Dive? Ja, der hat Hexdrinker.
I might add, as Canyon does go in, he wants to get out of the way. Yeah, dashing is something that this Ambessa can do. Tempered Fate will be able to hold him in position.
Hat wieder Q-Up. Sivu ist tot. Ja, well played.
Is actually going to work to his detriment, as gets a bunch of shields.
Good.
Still snip, snip, and down he will go. Turret falls on the top side of the map, though. That is going to be first turret blood over to DK.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this doesn't really bother D+ all that much. Showmaker is also going to try to get this first initial plate here on the inner. It is a Gwen that does have a strong split push here on the other side, so it's not just going to be that first hit that is the big one. I did not know that's how this started. That is very sad for Chovy. He just wanted to know what was going on. He knows though now, so I guess mission accomplished.
Just wanted to try and stop the back, but unfortunately had to get in range of that public execution. Really nicely played there by Shiu. Thought they'd caught him shopping, but he had not. Showmaker now picking up the wave towards the bottom side. He's 1,000 gold in the lead actually on this rise. So the race towards the Seraph Rod of Ages is being won by...
Wer spielt die Gwen aufhalten? Ich glaube, du mehr versuchst, den Rise in die Seite reinzumatchen wahrscheinlich.
Gold lead for Keen, and also now he's going for this Dusk and
Vermutlich versuchst du Rise gegen Gwen zu matchen. Wow, 2 ist fertig. Oh mein Gott.
The Gwen, I think, is very strong.
Also anscheinend morgen mit.
How potent this item really is, but
Heute 22 Uhr, LEC fertig. Ich habe es manifestiert. Ich habe 5 Tickets gefixt für anscheinend sehr gute Freunde von dir.
Representing a lot of the gold, really the only gold, massive gold lead here for GENG is his.
Red am besten einfach nicht mit denen, okay?
He is the most.
Red am besten einfach nicht mit denen und dann wird dieses Image beibehalten.
This Anivia to a safe and stable spot and get the Varus to be more relevant.
And Chovy actually finished his Rod of Ages first, so he's stacking that one up a little bit faster than Showmaker, but Showmaker does have now 1,000 gold lead, as Chovy behind on levels just a little bit. Lucid is making his way forward, seeing whether they can actually put some pressure.
Anscheinend cooles Airbnb gefunden, du.
Has started to build.
Showmaker does have.
Ich habe gehört, sie waren erzürnt darüber, dass sie nicht zum Secret Room mit durften. Nee, wie heißt es? Nicht Secret Room? Warte, wie heißt es? Doch, ist es Secret Room? Escape Room, danke. Dass sie nicht zum Escape Room mit durften, ja. Ja, ich meine Escape Room. War nur Platz für 5? Ah, Dreck.
But Chovy is going to survive as Realm Warp is just going to get rid of the Rift Herald, who just crashes into.
Die haben es nein, die haben es verkackt, by the way, weil der wollte in die Mitte reinfahren. Die haben es verkackt.
Yeah, that was. I like the theory.
The Rift Herald he's made up his mind.
Yeah. Or her mind.
Or her mind, yes, excuse me.
Yes, Shelly does just end up dying to the turret on the bottom side of the map, or dying to Chovy or someone. So it was a cute little theory, and then didn't quite work out in practice.
So the trades here, pretty good macro-wise for GENG. You know, we keep trading on opposite sides of the map, but GENG are getting the better end of this over and over again, and this Gwen is such a threat so early that it's really hard to imagine that.
Level 14,5 schon auf Keen. Oi, oi, oi.
Later on, and this Ambessa, which is a big threat, is a whole level down. So, I mean, in terms of what this composition is trying to do, so the threat maybe a little bit less big is what I'm getting at here. And this win for Showmaker in terms of the mid race might not necessarily matter all too much when we get later on into the game, as they'll pretty much have parity.
I'm interested in how this fight's going to go. The first Ocean Drake of the game, as it is another Ocean Soul. We've had a fair few this week. But GENG in position, they will start this one up, and it's going down pretty quickly, as Duro possibly stunned up here, and in fact he is, or at least snared by...
Zone Control ist so gut. Oh mein Gott, keiner kriegt ihn. Well, Lucid. Was machen wir? IQ in so einer Sekunde ab.
Wants to be able to flag drag his way out, but it's not quite going to work.
Yep, nichts geht mehr. Oh yeah.
Himself alone in the back line.
Oh yeah.
And it's just Lucid that goes down after attempting a steal and not quite making it work.
Yeah, this time it's not worth. You know, last time was able to walk out, get the TP, get the steal for his life, loses his flash. Which Jarvan doesn't necessarily need his flash because he already has so much mobility, but the extra flash button can sometimes make that engage range so insane that the Varus, who thinks he's safe from a million miles away, can actually be killed. This fight is really awkward because they clearly want to make something with Shiu here. And then the Crescent Guard comes out and Shiu's like, what's my target?
Oh, Canyons E wurde gecancelt, oder? Ich glaube, Canyons E auch Lucid wurde gecancelt von irgendwas.
So Shiu just kind of stands on
Irgendein CC.
and doesn't press his buttons until he presses them to run away.
Wasn't actually able to do
Nami Wave?
much of anything at all, as it was kind of
Oder war es die IQ selbst von Lucid?
prematurely. And what that results in is a 2,000 gold advantage for Keen alone. And that's almost the whole gold lead that's on the map right now. So this Gwen, a big problem.
Quite large.
Ja, High Quality Game theoretisch schon, aber
It is the thing.
Es
fühlt sich sehr over an.
part of the game to keep our
Es fühlt sich sehr over an. Ich weiß nicht, ob der Rise halt, also ja, ich weiß nicht, ob der Rise stark genug ist, um den reinzumatchen. Oder ob du das überhaupt willst.
The Rod of Age is going to complete here for Chovy. Showmaker's ahead of
Ich weiß es nicht.
experience right now, and will eventually get a ton of value out of his late Rod. But the moment in time where GENG have this lead feels really good for Chovy. Is going to get the transform to 15.
Yeah, he's actually, I think it's going to tick over. Yeah, there it is, right now.
Yep.
Got a full level from that one.
Feeling
As that's kind of how it works anyway, but
Yeah.
feels good when you just fill up the entire bar.
It takes longer, obviously, the deeper levels you get into, so Showmaker will technically get more value, but he doesn't have...
Boah, warum war auch so gut?
Feels really good about this moment.
Kranker Base Damage, Q Damage hoch, safe Lane, solid Scaling. Ja. Und auf 16-2, also das Spiel noch nicht drauf, aber LEC und LCS sind heute auf dem neuen Patch, wurde nochmal 40 Base Damage mehr auf Q gebufft. Also ich vermute mal, dass Varus heute Abend Permaban sein wird. Ich vermute mal, er wird Permaban sein heute. Wie stark ist Corki auf Silence und die haben besser. Also am besser ist schon strong. Das Problem ist nur, dass Keen halt immer ein halbes Item mehr ist. Und Corki sehe ich Problematik darin, dass er nicht so viel hitten kann, dieses Game vielleicht. Mal schauen. Cube ist mit 400. War es nicht viel besser auf 400.
I think using your Tempered Fate like that in a Vision fight makes a lot of sense. Not really a big trade-off in this scenario. Getting the flash out of career is a big win.
Yep.
That will not be available for the next fight, so...
Smash only a few more stacks before he does make that Mura mana. And as Ruler's back is going to be denied.
I think part of the reason why neither of these AD carries have gotten a massive lead, which is how most of our games go, is because the junglers babysat well. Like, these Damwon junglers, Canyon...
Rod, Seraphs und dann jetzt noch Actualizer bei Chovy. Naja. Oder Malignance, was geht doch? Wahrscheinlich Actualizer.
Babysitters after this, if they would like them. Really looking good. Chovy going to catch its wave towards the top side. Showmaker shocked that wave towards him. We'll be able to pick that one up. As Duro going to once again.
Scheinbar CV-Buffs, ja, sind gut.
005 on the board and has been very slippery this game.
Java nun ein Spot, ja, musste Mercs kaufen, ne?
Okay.
Ist jetzt nicht auf 2 Items, wird jetzt einfach engagen müssen und dann One-Shot sein. Machst du nix.
I don't know what it means.
Oh, I wonder whether it means that Keen is going to be
Full cast. Full cast 400 Cold Base Damage. Wow.
Is going to be the one that dies. Get off the phone. My goodness. His career moving down towards this bottom side. And that should just be this inner turret going down.
Ja, es ist so fucked. Es ist so fucked.
Everything seems to come back to this Gwen being a massive problem. And Keen somehow is a top laner with 100% kill participation.
I mean, they played only through top lane. Besides when they stopped Lucid from playing through bottom lane. Otherwise, Canyon is like, I'm going to get Keen ahead. He got the counter pick Gwen that he always picks into Ambessa. We're going to take that lead. We're going to kill the structures.
Yeah.
That is the game plan. Our Anivia is also scaling. And now they're poised to set up for Soul Point here. Lucid has his flashback, maybe another steal on the cards potentially, but...
Haben wir die Play, wie gesagt, er wird gebannt sein, ziemlich sicher.
Even with Chovy now.
Actually a huge deal that Cloud Drake was stolen away, because this could have been a soul that they would be fighting for. Is okay, there's a public execution.
Ruler hat Flash. Und Shivo ist durch die Seed. Und Keen ist Balance Level 16. Ist Keen tot? Natürlich nicht. Ah ja, doch, okay. Well, immerhin haben sie Keen bekommen. Ja.
That's Baron. They're just going to take the journey straight to it. They had control vision in the Baron. They'll remove it in this banana brush. And GENG, in one swift swoop, I think it pretty much put the...
Hat sie die ganze Zeit guckt angefühlt, irgendwie immer noch, weiß ich.
It's not unplayable for D+, but it just gets so hard from here with the wave clear they have.
Yeah, the playability...
Du musst halt so hart engagen. Du musst halt so hart engagen, aber du hast kein Follow-up. Die Anivia Wall kann hier halt auch so viel machen.
If you try to chase Ruler there, it's not going to work out, as they will eventually take this dragon down. A little bit tankier on this patch, but it will get taken out nonetheless, as we'll see what
Melox. Hallo.
Yeah.
Wie geht?
So they're basically like, this is post the scenario that happened moments before. Talking about the dragon.
Yeah, trying to see what the setup is going to be.
Ja.
As we'll check out the replay here. This was like a decent attempt from Gio to get on top of Ruler.
Ja, das Problem ist, also du kriegst so viel Frontline, aber dann ist halt Keen Level 16 einfach. Keen 16 in deinem Backline, das heißt, du kannst nicht follow-upen. Schwierig. Schwierig. Und dann gehen wir davon aus, dass Chovy halt noch 3k HP hat. Schade, dass Yu keine Coach-Coms hat, ja.
And the crazy thing
Echt schade, dass wir nicht dreimal pro Game pro Team Scheiß-Comms hören.
hadn't have like been available, Keen actually gets out, and then it's even worse for
Yeah,
D+.
no, 100%.
It could have been just, 3 for nothing. Showmaker does finally actualize. He's going to be able to find that item spike, but I just feel like it's too little.
Macht Chovy Damage? Ich sehe halt Double Mercs plus einen Hex-Drinker. Plus einmal Upgrade Mercs.
I just don't think this is the kind of game you can win unless you win a huge team fight swimmingly to get enough map control back.
Yeah, well, public
Kenny hat Ulti noch.
Canyon here does have the Crescent Guard to keep himself alive. The Baron is going to help take down this inner turret, though. And in the meantime, you've got Keen running amok and taking down this inner in mid at the same time. So GENG just splitting the map, making things real awkward for DK.
The realm warp for Showmaker as well. GENG were like, oh, are they taking that? Please do. They like all turned around when they saw it. They were like, ooh.
Wow. That's
Keiner besser Ulti, das heißt, du kannst halt weiter siegen.
Damage, but I don't think they care.
Oh, another flash rush coming in there as the tidal wave knocks up Choke.
Fine.
They just cannot get close.
Sie können nicht engagen. Keiner besser Ulti, geht nichts.
They're like, yeah, okay, you're gonna dash over.
Wer kommt mit der Spitzenfeier? So. Und dafür bist du appreciated.
Position into an Anivia. You just
Und da fällt mir auch ja noch keine getrunken
do
heute.
anything.
No, and Showmaker is just trying to clear the minions as fast as possible. I mean, there's only 30 seconds left of this Baron. They want to have a successful defense here of their inhibitors, but eventually something's got to give.
Yeah, Smash gets out of the way.
Die brauchen leider besser Ulti. Ansonsten kann DK nichts machen. Komplett outranged.
Keen
Useful here.
is going to require more than one person to deal with, and this siege is real on the top side. The next wave is coming through, and once that turret's gone,
Turret fällt. Jetzt.
screws into these inhibitors.
And Ruler has been so frustrating. He's just always too far away for DK to do anything
Gut.
about. And every time
Jetzt muss Lucian eigentlich Trigger pullen gleich, weil sonst pushen die noch Mitte. Mal schauen.
over the top as now Canyon goes for the engage. Didn't really want to, I don't think, as he does have Crescent Guard available. Doesn't have to use it, although maybe could have to keep himself a little bit more healthy.
Shiu's getting closer to having his ultimate back, so they need to leave. 10 seconds on that one.
Jetzt am besten Ulti wieder ab. Jetzt hast du ein Play.
Angle that D+ have had in a while here to maybe get something done.
Good vision available here for GENG, though, to know exactly where they are. Cosmic Binding does go wide. DK still wanting
Yeah.
to get something done here as there's the public execution on top of Canyon as Lucid dives forward as well.
Pullen Trigger, aber Lucid ist halt in niemands Land. Dann schaut Keen in der Backline an. Auf Showmaker und auf Lucid. Holy fuck.
Wants to try and
Das Schild.
kill Keen, but he's so incredibly fed on this Gwen.
Ja.
He finishes him off in the end, and GENG
Ja.
just like an
Schwierig.
impenetrable fortress.
They just played it so perfectly. They left no margin for error. Now Lucid,
I think he's going to be okay.
yeah, it's going to take a little bit longer to go.
Plus wieder keine Gwen am besten Ulti. Das heißt, sie können wieder siegen theoretisch.
When you look at the-
So fried, dieser Map State.
Look at this wall. It's like, I can't join. You know, Smash is like, I got to just try to do a little bit of damage to this tanky Xinjiao. Okay, Bubble goes on the choke.
Aber, ja. Also wahrscheinlich schon. Ich glaube, DK muss Miracle Fight finden. Ich glaube, die kriegen sie nicht. Den kriegen sie nicht.
They just don't
Schwierig.
really care. They just left no opportunity to D+, no angle, and then the vision you mentioned made it super easy to predict how that was going to go, and it was Canyon who started it all off. He has a GA now.
Oh my god. 4.2 thousand gold is a large amount of gold to be in the lead of your opponent with.
I don't think it's fair to say that Shiu did not pass the Keen test. I think it's fair to say that D+ Kia did not pass the Keen
They
test.
did not.
All 5.
I would say that, I mean, they passed it at the very beginning, but unfortunately they then forgot it. You know how, like, you do, like, a first aid course, that is so that you then know first aid. If then someone, you know, has, like, trouble in front of you and you can't do it, then that's called failing, even though you have passed first aid.
Yeah, you have certification.
Yeah, it's like you're certified, but then you forget how to do CPR. You know, it's still a fail.
Kind of feels like they read half the book, and the questions they knew all those.
That's why you don't cheat on the test. Don't cheat on the test. That's all right. DK back out onto the map now, as teleport is very short here for the Gwen.
Am besten Ulti raus. Komm auf Chovy drauf.
Great Cataclysm is tempered.
Chovy hat kein Flash.
Hold GENG in position.
Chovy hat kein Flash. Chovy ist tot. Pause. Keen kommt aber jetzt erst rein. Oh, es ist fucked. Oh, es ist fucked. Okay. Aus Versailles Game, wie war es so? DNS gegen Hanwha und es war again ziemlich disappointing von Hanwha. Haben gewonnen, aber nicht zufrieden.
Showmaker did a ton of damage. He had Smash. We're trying their best. Chovy was blown up early, and Nivea needs a little bit of time to actually maximize her damage, obviously. So that was the best, most favorable condition for a fight I think that D+ was ever going to get.
Das LEC-Team Troll spielen und lässt Varus offen. Ich hoffe nicht für Nedic, Juli. Ich hoffe, es wird nicht für Nedic sein. Ulti ist gut von Sivu. Interrupted natürlich auch die Ambassador-Ulti. Die Anivia-Ulti, Entschuldigung. Schon gut. Wollte 100% mein Lieblingsessen zu werden. So.
Look at Canyon's helper!
Yeah, and he may be sundering the sky a little bit on those final hits.
And Genji are just going to take Baron by
Ja, Drake weg.
a couple of members.
Dash weg.
As, yeah, Canyon and Keen, pretty good at doing that one.
2 Lanes noch.
End up living with Canyon, or Canyon's up living there with his GA, by the way. It's like, well,
He had a GA anyway. Okay,
I
never
guess
mind.
that's it. So I guess we just leave.
Well, Showmaker, speaking of leaving, does get out of the way of the Tempered Fate. Cosmic Binding going to connect there. Nice work from Duro, but there's no one else here. So Duro is just being annoying. Succeeding. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is looking like it may have gotten away from DK. Just
Well, I mean,
Ja, könnte Yunara plus Varus Permaband sein heute in LEC. Mal schauen.
It was kind of interesting at the very beginning, though.
Mal sehen.
yeah. And I mean, it's not over until it's over, but it's pretty close to being over.
Yeah, I mean, the Nexus and all inhibitors are still alive.
There you go.
Maybe nothing else, really. The turrets, the mid-turret, argue is alive.
You could say that it's a matter of time, but also maybe it's not.
You
Smash
think it
hasn't
would
died
take-
this game.
Oh, you think it would take 2 or 3 autos from Keen to kill that turret with Crystalina for Grizzle?
Yeah. Well, there's a public execution as she
Chovy hat Flash immer noch nicht ab.
to time it here as Canyon
Wow.
in a good spot right now.
Showmaker?
Chovy.
Showmaker. Oh nein, Showmaker.
But Showmaker gets a big old shield.
Oh nein.
Not enough.
GG. Und jetzt kommt Kinas rein.
Now Keen taking matters into his own hands. Smash still trying to do the damage back.
GG.
As Keen will look a little bit low, but yeah, in trade for Lucid and Showmaker's lives, I don't think this is going to work because the teleport back in from Chovy is just going to net the end of the inhibitor turret in mid lane. And in very quick succession, most of these structures are going to be disintegrating right before your eyes. And Genji, I feel like this entire game was just about preventing DK
Oh, Smash gecancelt, der W.
to play.
GG. Ja, harte Outrange-Comp.
In this game, right
Und ich glaube, es hat sich super abgezeichnet. Wenn die Ambassador-Ulti down ist, dann könnt ihr nicht spielen. Und selbst mit Ambassador-Ulti könnt ihr nicht spielen. GG.
as well. And Genji